4, something like that last weekend. And
Jeez.
one of them was one that not rare, but I just haven't found a good deal on it yet. The G26, a Gen 3 G26.
Wait,
And
what?
so
A third or a fifth gen?
third gen.
Third? Why third gen specifically?
I'm glad you asked that. Avengers, Black Widow. That's the Black Widow guy, the G3, or Gen 3 G26. So that's really the only reason I wanted it.
That's funny, dude. Hell yeah. I like what Steve says. He says it's a cock. I mean a Glock, so it's mid at best. Yeah, no, I get you, homie. I get you. I feel that. Oh shit! It's all right. You can talk shit. He's a sick dude. He's a sick dude. So
Glock
sick
is
or nothing with
baseline.
him.
Yeah, Glock's baseline, right? Like basically. Yeah.
Totally. But I do love it. I do love it. What's up, Steve Posey? Good morning to you, by the way. And I see Hardwire 1%er in here. You got to hop up here as well, man. It'd be great to see if we can get Steve up here. You know what I mean? We got to get Charles Darwin. He was supposed to sing to me, so I don't know what happened to him. You know, he said he was going to do it, and he's not here yet.
He probably had it. He probably had a little too much last night.
You know, it's true. Possible. True. I can see that happening. We got Neighbor Guy, by the way, as well as Rabbit of Chaos. Thank you guys for hanging out with us as well, man. So I got a question. Did anybody happen to see, and I know some people do like this guy and some people don't, but did anybody see Andrew Wilson's latest appearance yesterday on Piers Morgan?
Mm-hmm. I did a little bit.
Man, that shit was fucking awesome. I mean, he went off on 3 other women on the panel, and one was pretending to be basically, one of these trad wives or whatever, trad girls, trad women, and he demolished them. And not only did he take out the 2 feminists, he took out the covert fucking feminists as well, which was hilarious because he was calling Tommy Lauren, he was saying that she was also a covert feminist. And so that was the last 2 times that he was on this program, Piers Morgan. Anyways, he demolished them. So real quick, I just want to I don't have anything condensed or anything like that, not to that extent, but I do have this. I do want to kind of get your guys' thoughts on this real quick.
What societal duty, which is equal to that, do women have?
Are you married?
Yeah, I'm married. How do you make married with many children?
Is your
How
wife
about
happy?
You married with children?
I'm 23. I'm a boss lady girl.
I mean, do you know how insecure and pathetic you sound?
You couldn't put down the Dunkin' Donuts long enough to make an argument.
You're not a real man. You're actually very feminine if you ask me.
You're such a big boy.
Just because of men like you.
Okay. Can you reproduce? Do you even have a uterus to reproduce?
The language.
We can have
I've got to go. I'm really late.
Welcome back. Got them fucking going, man. And I already watched the whole damn thing, but that was Jake's little consolidation of what the show is about. Man, that shit was way too fucking funny. And that was actually something that I was going to, if I wasn't doing this panel right now, that's what I would be reviewing because it was so fucking good. We got Plumpy as well. Good to see you, man. Shit. As well as allegedly, good morning to you, as well as Imperious. Good morning to you. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. We got Chairman of the Board, Anson, up in the building. Another one of those Alabama's finest type shit. Let's see if you want. Give me a few. Yeah, no, go fire it up, man. That's what this is all about. We rarely do this shit, so make sure you get on this. We got Stephanie as well. Good morning to you. Why are we asking my age? We're not asking your age. Maybe someone else is in the chat.
Poll.
Oh, the poll thing. Yeah, over 30 or under 30. Yeah, I do have that poll because I did. I just want to see how many people in here are demographics. Just trying to figure out stuff like that. I mean, I really have the YouTube down. Yeah, man. Hey, so you out there? You gonna be riding super soon?
Yeah, we're just waiting on the rest of the chapter. We have the CLC meeting today, so.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, Mike. People are mostly old. Yeah, man. Come on. Don't tell people that. Isn't that nice?
Welcome to our age.
Yeah,
And then
exactly. You know what's funny is I posted on my Instagram actually. Let me pull this up, and it was pretty funny. It said some weird statistic that I thought was actually hilarious. So I'm gonna pull it up here in a second. It's gonna take me a second, but it said something to the point of like recent study shows that you don't actually become an adult until you're 30, something like that. And I'm like, what does that even fucking mean? You know what I mean? But I thought it was funny nonetheless. But I'm pulling it up. Let me see if I can get it.
Have children, you'll realize.
That's when I became a man. Is when I had my daughter. That's when I
meant have children, and you'll realize that you really don't. Yeah, it takes. And I had somebody. I was how old was I? Probably less than 20. But I had a boss. He was a fantastic boss, by the way. But I had a boss that told me, yeah, as far as life in general, like you're really not going to have a clue, or anything else until you're probably 30. And I remember saying, and then I turned 30 and I realized, holy shit, that dude was right. And I had done long quit that job. But I was like, holy shit, that dude was right. Like he was a good boss. I'll never forget some of the wisdom that he imparted. But and then I know with is my middle one 30 yet? I don't think my middle one's 30 yet. I think my oldest definitely is. She's 30, maybe 31. But I know that I've seen it with them. Like they hit, they've all were fairly good kids, and then they went through this crazy fucking phase, and then, closer to that 30 range, they start working shit out and getting their shit together and whatever. And I feel like what's weird is I feel like that used to not be the case. And I don't know where you were taking this, but I feel like that used to not be the case. I feel like that was a much younger age when people used to get their shit together. Like maybe at least 5, if not 10 years sooner, right? By, early 20s.
Easily. I mean, by 21. I mean, within the last, 30, 40 years of technology, whatever, exploding and people getting really comfortable with their shit.
Yeah, this is true. What do they say? Hard times make weak men or whatever.
Exactly, it's true.
Or hard times make no. Good times make weak men. Good times make weak men. And so I think as technology has improved, it has hurt that because it's like I had to hustle, dude. Like, whatever, 20, 21 with 3 kids and what. Like, I didn't fucking have time to play around and goof off, and like I didn't have that luxury, right? Of course, I also had respect for my duties, but nowadays there's just way too many opportunities for people just to fuck off, right?
Totally.
And it's technology driven for the most part.
It is. I mean, it's
even online school, right? These perpetual student motherfuckers. If you're out there and your ears are burning, I'm sorry, but you can do online courses with every class now. So essentially, you could be a quote unquote student your entire life now.
Well, and also consider even like me, right, who is in this space, live streaming and stuff like that. See, like even so my stepdaughter, she's like 9 years old, right? And so this is back in the day, and I asked her like, what is it that you want to do? And she's like, I want to be a YouTuber like you. And I'm like, man, see, that is to me kind of that's a majority of children nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They look at see, people don't even, some people know, some people don't, that I worked my ass off as not only a kid, but then a young adult, and then into my 20s until I lost my leg. And then I was kind of forced into this situation. But they look at it and go, oh, well, why would I want to go work a minimum wage job or whatever the case is, when that's way more flashy? There's a lot more freedom. There's financial freedom sometimes, but just like anything else, it's a 1% ordeal. But nonetheless, it's very enticing to these kids, right? And so I think that at least my generation and below, they've only spent their time on the internet, on technology. They don't know really anything different.
I don't think they understand. And this is going to sound vain. It's going to sound conceited. I really don't give a shit because I'm awesome.
Right.
So they don't understand this. And in days prior to the internet, when like your shit wasn't out there for the public to see 24/7, 365, I can remember working jobs where I was a fucking god and a rock star. Like the bosses went to me, the customers fucking loved me. Like, and this was before I owned my own business. Now, once I owned my own business, that was like next level. It's very similar to that. You get that admiration and that following, right? And that I don't want to say that it's like celebrity status, right? It's like the kids are thinking celebrity status.
Sure.
But in normal jobs, if you're good at your fucking job, right? And you're the best at doing it and whatever, you're going to get that some type of it. Again, it's not like rock star, movie star status, let's be honest. But in your community, in your area, potentially even in the nation, I know people that are like the best in the country at doing shit, and they get people that come from all over various states, like into their shops and stuff to work on their shit or do whatever they do, right? And so I think the kids don't realize that you can still have that aspect if that's something that you want in a regular job. You just need to work hard and be the best at what you're doing.
Absolutely. And I think that no matter what you're doing, you should be showing pride in it, no matter what it is. I don't care if you're digging ditches. Be the fucking best fucking ditch digger there possibly is. I don't care what it is.
If you do, you won't fucking be digging ditches long. You'll be the
Right.
fucker up sitting in an air conditioning truck watching the fuckers dig the ditches.
Exactly. That's kind of the mentality. It's like no matter what you're doing, don't be too prideful. Like you're not better than anything. No one is better than anything.
That's this whole argument with minimum wage, right? Like, go to work for minimum wage, work your ass off, do the best job you can possibly do. And I don't care if it's McDonald's or, like you said, digging ditches or working for a road crew, you're going to get a promotion in probably 6 months. Why? Because they're going to, first of all, they're going to see your work ethic and everything. But second of all, the turnover with the lazy fuckers that are out there that continually open up positions in the workforce. Like, there's going to be an opportunity and something's going to open up, and I would say 6 months to a year for sure. And they're going to go, hey, wait, this fucker over here works his ass off. He understands how everything works, obviously, because he can do such a good job at it. We're fixing to bump him up.
So, Hardwire, welcome to the show, by the way. Came in a little late, but good to see you, my man.
Good morning.
So I want to bring you.
Asleep.
I want to bring you into this conversation. You've been able to hear a little bit of what we're talking about here. Do you have any thoughts on this?
I just heard him say that something about the lazier youth, and I was a supervisor at a place and several places, and I have to say that that isn't the case for all young kids, but I will tell you it is the case for a lot of them.
Right.
They have absolutely no they don't have any problem
work ethic
with walking right off a job.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that, and just walk right away from their job.
No, I mean I've walked away before, full transparency, but it was a whole different case. That it was heavy industrial shit, and like the owner of the company had it out for not only me, but he had it out for my father, so he was taking it out on me. And then he was actually telling the crew to like do shit that would put me in danger. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I don't need this.
The worst case of that I ever had happen to me was when I was in my 20s. I worked the oil field for a while, and I was up in the derrick, which is I don't know, 60 feet in the air, and I'm standing there, and the boss is trying to teach me how to grab the rope and wrap it around the pipe and pull the pipe back, stand the pipe back. And he says, reach out there and grab it. I says, wait a minute, I don't have a derrick belt. You got the belt. He says, oh, you can't be afraid to reach out there. I says, I ain't getting away from this handle. But I got a death grip on this side railing. I says, I ain't walking away from it without a belt. I said, you're out of your fucking mind. But they was literally trying to get me to, 60 foot in the air to just walk around. And if you know anything about the way them derricks are set up, they're just basically little metal fingers and a see-through grate, and everybody looks like ants down there. I'm like, I ain't doing that.
Well, look at what Steve says right here. He says, I do agree that the younger kids don't have the same tolerance for taking shit that we did, but who is the sucker in that situation?
Yeah, but the younger generations, in a lot of cases, are screwing themselves.
Yep.
They just don't realize it, apparently.
Yeah, ultimately, they're the suckers. Ultimately, they just don't realize it. And I mean, there's something to be said. Like, I was the type, and I had several jobs, but ultimately, started my own business and spent 20 years with that. But there's a reason that I did that. It's because I slowly over time I figured out that I was one of those people. I just did not like working for somebody. I didn't like somebody telling me what to do. And I had a few jobs that had bosses that just allowed me free reign to do what I wanted to do, right? They knew that I had investment in the company. They knew that I enjoyed my job. I was good at my job and all this stuff. And they just said, hey, make us money, right? Like I had a blank check, not monetarily speaking, but as far as policy, being able to do what I wanted to do, I had a blank check. But inevitably another boss would come in, or the boss's boss or something like that, and just fuck up the whole works because they wanted to do some stupid shit that just wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to work out. And it's like, look, I'm not, I'm crushing shit. And if I do shit your way, I'm not going to be crushing shit anymore because I actually know what's going on around here. You don't. You're sitting up in a fucking office, right? But then you pop off and you tell somebody that, and that's not good. So what do? You find another place to go or something else to do and say, fuck this, and move on, right? So I can get the mentality of putting up with shit because I'm kind of one of those people. But if you're driven and that sort of thing, then I mean, there are entrepreneurs everywhere. I mean, it's nothing to start your own business, and especially now with technology. We talked about that earlier.
Right.
Look at, what am I thinking? Etsy and Shopify and like all this shit. Like
Amazon itself, there's many people that just make things in their house and then sell it on Amazon.
Oh man, like welding shit together, whether it's a knick-knack or some kind of functional thing, or if it's just artwork or carpentry work with things, like you can make a fucking living doing that shit nowadays easily for $50 to $100 a month in overhead. Well, I'll say an overhead as far as like your online shop and things like that.
Right.
I got myself in the spot now where I've got so many things. I enjoy the things that I have, with me getting a new camper and the bikes that I have. I enjoy all that stuff. I really like having it. And I just think to myself, every time I get mad at work, bite your tongue, because it's just as quick as all that stuff it could go.
Well, that's true.
And I don't want to lose it. And the problem with a lot of, and I was the same way. I can't say anything. I was the same way. Whenever I had my parents to fall back on, I did not have nearly as much responsibility. I didn't learn it because parents, a lot of times, they don't force it on their kids. They always want to help them. They want to do the best for them.
Sure.
But what they don't understand is, in a lot of ways, they enable their children to do a lot of these things. And then, unfortunately, until my parents passed away and I had nobody to fall back on, did I even learn how important it is to get a job, to keep a job, because I never used to. I was the same way. I've moved back home a bunch of times and then had what I used to call the 6-month curse. Everywhere I worked, it was like 6 months, and I would either get laid off or I'd get mad and quit.
Right. Now, are these jobs or are they careers? You know what I mean? I mean, if we're looking at like whatever jobs to get you by kind of thing, and I think that's the majority of what my generation and younger is currently doing. Not every kid is in a career field.
Job hopping. Yeah.
It was confusing as hell whenever I was a kid trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of my life and what kind of field I wanted to get into and be stuck in. And I'd imagine it's got to be worse now than it was then.
And I'm going through this with my son now, which is the middle child. Again, he's in that phase of finally starting to grow up. And he's a job hopper. He's one of those. And so, what my advice to him is, like, I get it. Like, I understand where you're at in life. I get it. So I don't come down on him for that. But what I do is try to direct him and go, if you're going to job hop in the same fucking field, in the same area, in the same genre. That way, at least you're building your experience and shit in that one thing instead of 3 months here, a week here, 6 months here, like totally different shit. Like, that makes no sense. Like, at least you can build your experience and expertise to a point that maybe at some point something in that field or that area sticks, right?
Right.
That's the one good thing I could say about whenever I job hopped a little bit from my 20s is I learned a lot about a lot of different things that did help me. I learned I did a little bit of water drilling rigs where we went in the houses and set up the water systems. I did a whole bunch of different things, and it taught me, a little bit about a lot of different things, So I know it helped me out though later in life because then I know a lot about things my parents didn't teach me. See, I was one of those. I was one of those kids that my mom used to a couple times a day ask me what I wanted to eat, and she'd make it for me. She washed my clothes for me. Never had chores. Never, I was spoiled. And whenever I turned 18 and went out in the real world, I fell on my face because I didn't know shit.
Well, I gotta agree to disagree a little bit here because I was pampered that way, just like how you were saying. But I went I was 17 years old and I was getting all my licenses ready. So the day that I turned 18, which as soon as I turned 18, that's when I sent in all my certificates and all that to get my licenses. And then I went out and killed it until I lost my leg. Right. So I guess there are nuances there as well as there are exceptions too.
Yeah.
But the exception, as we know, does not make the rule. We know that there's however old or young people are, there's exceptional people in these generations, right? It's unfair to like blanket statement go like, well, these kids are just fucking lazy. I've even had, for instance, a little argument with my father back, when I first started kind of doing this and I was focusing a lot on this. And I'm like, yeah, I hope that you're not falling into the fallacy that because I'm not doing something laborious, like laborious, then I'm not doing shit. You know what I mean? Because this show, what I do, I think you guys know, especially if you guys watch, I do a lot of fucking, a lot of research into this shit. I work hard at this. And just because I'm not doing something laborious doesn't mean I'm not working.
Yeah, but let's be honest about this too. There's something that's next fucking level when you mow the fucking yard, when you dig that ditch, that
That's true.
trench or something, when you're out in the sun and you're fucking sweating. This is why people get like working out, right? Is a thing. Like going to the gym or whatever and working out is a thing. There's something about, straining the muscles and getting tired and all. It's next level appreciation for the job that's done. You feel better doing it, right? Or once it's done, you feel like you're gonna die when you're doing it. But once it's done, you're like, wow, okay, I feel better because I actually got out and I did something. All right. Not that the non-laborious stuff like you're talking about, not that not proud for your accomplishments and you don't work your ass off and it's long sleepless nights and everything else, because that's true, it is. But it's more of a mental thing, right?
Yeah, no, there's something to it when you're doing something physical and then you're getting instantaneously, like you're seeing instant results from that. You know what I mean? A lot of times, a lot of this shit is like investment, like
We
you're
got the old
investing in
biker
yourself,
salute
hoping.
from Carney's friend there.
Yeah, you guys snatched up.
Mike, you're just fortunate enough to have a job that you love, and not everybody gets that luxury. I mean, but it's like being a rock, kind of like rock stars. They work their ass off, going out on the road, working all the time. But it's something they love to do, and does not mean it's not work.
Right. That's very true. Just because I totally love what I do, and I don't even look at this as a job or anything like that, because I'm truly impassioned with this. But at the end of the day, yes, it's a business. You know what I mean? And I treat it like such. I try to be very professional with it. Maybe not with my mouth per se. I'm a little, rough around the edges with that kind of shit. But I treat this like it's 100% a business, because it is.
Well, your character in itself is part of the package of the show that you sell, as
Sure.
what's your job. So, it is a job, but at the same time, it's something that you love to do. And I wished I would have had any idea what I wanted to do when I was a kid. I wouldn't recommend anybody start out in life the way I did. I was on the path to be a good college kid and this and that. And then somewhere around my junior and senior year in high school, I just kind of fell off. And then I met my first serious girlfriend. She got pregnant like right as I was graduating high school, and we got married the same month that I graduated high school.
Oh man.
And then I went from all of a sudden my life was kind of figured out going to college to having absolutely no clue what I was going to do. I ended up trying to work the rigs. I almost got killed when I was 24, and then spent 10 years in this kind of funk, almost like a post-traumatic stress disorder kind of thing that you hear about, where people just kind of go off the rails. I did that for most of my later 20s anyway, and kind of washed that down the toilet. And then I decided I was going to later in life go back to school. And I know, I worked a whole bunch of different jobs here and there doing different things. But then I worked at a place where they built cement mixer trucks. And the engineers used to come out and gather around, and they'd be all gather around going, hey, well, we're just trying to take some measurements here and figure out why we can't get this or that to work quite right. And I would sit there and I'd tell them, I'd say, here, this is the problem. This is what's going on. And they'd go, oh, okay. And then they'd go back in their office for a couple of days, come back out, and the problem was what I told them it was. I said, why? But just because I don't have that stupid piece of paper, that engineering degree, just because I don't have that, you think I'm stupid. I'm not stupid. I said, you know what? One of these days I'm going to go and I'm going to get me that piece of paper. And then I did. I went back to school, and now I have an engineering degree.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the same thing in the IT world. It was so much. When I decided I was going to start the business, there was so much that I was missing out on just because of the fucking paper. So, I forgot 18 months and 17 grand to get a fucking piece of paper. But, that led to contracts, that led to other things, and accounts and different things that, of course, helped to build the business and catapult everything to where it ended up being. So, it's one of the things that has to do, but that sucks. I disagree with you, or I'm of the opposite mind. I'm gonna say I disagree. Married at 17, 3 kids by 21, whatever the fuck. I didn't have time to fuck off or fuck around. Like, I had to buckle down, be serious, and work hard. And I recommend that everybody fucking do that, because I think the world would be better off, because you don't got time for all the fuckery that causes problems nowadays. So,
well, not only that, I just I think that not fucking around and just buckling down is the, I think
I fuck around now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what people don't understand. So
that's the point right there.
Was it hard? Yes. Was there times it's like, how the fuck are we gonna get before diapers? Like I've told the story before about, like, literally robbing Peter to pay Paul on some bills or some shit. Going to Walmart, like, fuck, I got to get diapers. Like, I were fucking broke. I opened the car door, and there's $100 bill on the ground when I opened the car door. And I'm like, debatable whether or not you turn that in, or whether you know what I mean?
I'm snatching that shit.
I took it as a sign. I took it in. I bought fucking diapers. I bought some groceries. I bought some shit. You know what I mean? And, like, I seen that as a blessing. That's how I seen it. Right?
My whole life might have been a little bit different had I not married a psychotic woman the first time.
Well, this is true.
And I was divorced. I was constantly going through hell with her, just nonstop. I couldn't trust her to be at home while I was at work. I ended up divorced 2 years after I got with her, and I was always one of the ones, and this might not sound like a big tough guy, but I all I ever wanted was a family, like I had whenever I was younger, and I wanted kids and a wife to come home to, and I wanted it, what I would say probably too bad, because I searched and hunted so hard for it that I end up settling for things I shouldn't have, and really screwed up a huge chunk of my life doing that.
My wife was so worried about the whole empty nest syndrome, right? And the baby graduates high school, goes off to college. In that same year, which is really, really interesting, I sold the business, and that got, and like, it's been just fucking fun and goofing off almost every, like, we can go where we want to fucking go. We can do what we want to do. We don't have the overhead or the expenses of, taking care of 3 kids anymore. We don't have, right? We don't have the time constraints of, the shop on my end. And of course she works for the state. She gets tons of time off. It's just, we're free to go and do. And yeah, okay, we didn't have that when we were young, but why would you want to? I don't get the reverse mentality nowadays of whether it's on the male or the female end, right? And this is what makes the whole Peel spheres interesting to me, is I just can't comprehend the mentality of, I'm going to take my best years and I'm going to coast and fucking party. That way, later in life, when it's my harder years, whether that's health, right? Because you're getting older, or you're just fucking run down and tired, or whatever the case may be, that's the time that I'm going to I'm going to try to raise kids, which is one of the hardest fucking things to do, physically and mentally. I'm going to try to do that. It's fucking backwards to me. I don't get it. Like, I'm old, and I want to fucking enjoy life at this point. Like, I don't want to fucking raise kids, right? I love my grandbabies when they come over, but at some point they got to fucking go home.
Right. You already did that time. You know what I mean?
Right.
You already did that. Been there, done that, pimping. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to relive this again. I'm good. And that's something that I say on, sacrifice a few years of your life so you can live the rest of your life like others cannot. And that's something that I've been saying for a long time, and something that I kind of put on my Instagram once in a while, like every week. I put this little reminder. It's like, listen, there are people that are willing to work, and sacrifice 3 years of their life on a business, but there are the alternative, that there are people that are willing to work for 40 years for somebody. You know what I mean? And I look at that and I'm like, well, I guess it's all about risk taking, right? Because not so many people are comfortable with investing in themselves, whether it's time, money, resources, whatever the case is, right?
Hey, we have not heard Naomi say anything since for like the last hour.
Bring her in.
Why don't you say something? How did you enjoy Alabama?
She's a chick. What's she gonna tell us? Like, come on, guys, come on.
I'm just sitting.
I'm wearing sunglasses. I bet it was real good, wasn't it?
Here, I'll go the reverse.
No
I don't think
comment.
it's just my
Mike,
monitor.
you can ask
I
Mike
think her
that.
face is turning a little red.
Oh, you know the deal. But so Naomi, what do you think about this conversation? Do you see like in your area, right? Do you see the younger kids wanting to get up and be ambitious about something, or do you see a little bit the opposite?
It's a little both here, because it's like a country type of culture
vibe,
and most country parents don't let their kids be lazy.
Right.
So
Truth.
yeah.
Well, there's
so they
also
won't
not
do
the
that.
conveniences, right? So around here, like, if we want to go to a good movie theater, it's an hour fucking drive. If you want to go to a really good restaurant, a really good restaurant. That's an hour fucking drive. Like a high end. You're looking 30 minutes probably easy for just like a Walmart, right? So it's not like all these amenities. You live in an apartment complex in a big city, and all these amenities are just down the street and around the corner in walking distance. So that lends itself, I think, to more of a self-reliant, attitude and a little more work ethic because it's harder to acquire things, right?
I would agree with that.
Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need exchange student programs, but we need like country city exchange student programs. Maybe is what we need.
Well, we've become a service-based country, haven't we? Like everything is about convenience. It's a service of some sort. Like where I came from, you can literally walk out of your house, just walk down to the corner store. You're right there. You know what I mean? Like I don't have any of that here. The closest thing to me theoretically is only 7 minutes. It's not far, but I grew up in the city where everything is readily available at any moment. You can just get up and go, get it and walk. You don't even have to drive. You know what I mean? So convenience on all sorts of levels.
A lot of it's technology with, because technology, if you haven't noticed, everything about technology has been designed to make things easier for people. So as technology advances, people get lazier and lazier.
Yes.
Just a very simple example of that happened years and years ago with cell phones, probably late 90s, early 2000s, in the infancy of the non-brick phone, right? Like the smaller stuff that you would put a number in your contact. How many of us remember? Like I don't even remember people's phone numbers.
I have
like
no
home,
clue.
they don't have home phones anymore. But like I used to remember hundreds of telephone numbers for places. Literally, I could remember hundreds. I don't know a single fucking person's telephone number
You
anymore.
barely remember yours.
And haven't for decades, right? Because you put it in your phone and it's done.
I remember mine. That's it, because I have to put it on papers once in a while.
That's true. Yeah.
That's it.
But mine, I remember mine, my wife's, and I think that's it. And it's just because, they're on the account, so I see them all the time.
That's funny.
Part of it.
I only know 3 phone numbers by heart. Me, my mom, my dad, and my dad. So that's it. 3 people. Can't remember anyone else. Shit. That's right. Shit. What do you think, Carney? What you up to over there? You guys almost KS up or kickstands up?
Yeah, here shortly.
What was your answer?
What's going on, Hardwire?
How's it going, Carney?
Good.
He's having fun with his, little soundboard over there.
Yeah, where's that one? Where's Mike?
It's about time to start drinking already.
Shit. Shit. Oh my God.
I invited the old lady to come down and hang out too, but she must not have wanted to.
You probably don't have the fireball up there with you.
Yeah, I think she's got it in the fridge upstairs. She might have drank too many last night. I don't know. She's one of them ones, man. I'm telling you. I'll be like, you can have a drink. Just try to,
chill,
keep it under control, and don't drink too many. And next thing you know, a couple weekends ago, she's like, I'm not drinking too many. I'm fine. I'm fine. And then as soon as we got home, she goes, you're going to have to let me hold on to you to get to the house. Because she couldn't walk. She goes, well, I didn't think I drank that many. I says, you got to remember things about shots and mixed drinks. You might drink them now and feel fine now, but it takes about a half an hour for that shit stuff really kicks you.
Yep, you're right.
You got to remember
it creeps
that.
up on you.
Yep.
Just totally consumes you out of nowhere. All of a sudden, you black out. Can't remember shit.
And
I've been there.
She's not very good at knowing when to say enough's enough.
Well, that is it's a hard thing with.
Did you see the picture I posted on my thing from after the show the other day. She come down here with. I said she wasn't allowed to come down here. Are you? I think Naomi popped in, but I said she's not allowed on the show no more because she always brings shots. And then just like a little fucking ghost demon, she just went poof and showed up with a bottle of Fireball, and then sits there and starts feeding me shots. And by the time the show was over, not even 5 minutes later, she was passed out on her chair upstairs, and I had a picture of her sitting there going,
"Oh man."
I put it on my YouTube channel there.
Oh man, I gotta go look at that. That's funny.
You should put that on your intro.
Yes.
Oh no.
No, she wouldn't like that.
She would not like that.
I'm that kind of asshole because the other day I posted it on my Facebook. The other day she was walking up to the house, tripped up the steps, and landed like on thing, got up and act like nothing happened and went in the house. Well, I have security cameras and I took that footage and I made a video of it and I posted it on my fucking Facebook.
I am not impressed.
So, is that just generically a fucking woman thing, falling up steps? Because, like, I see more. My wife does that.
Joe Biden.
And
Joe Biden does
it. Yeah, that's true. Biden does it too. So it's not just a woman thing. That's valid. Fair point.
Well,
Fair
he is
point.
a girl.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah.
We don't know how he identifies because his brain's so scrambled.
There you go,
Biden
Hardwire.
has a vagina.
There you go, Hardwire.
There she is, passed out. Not even 5 minutes after the show started.
Didn't even make her look cute. Come on now.
Oh, you want me to put a filter on her and put a little bunny?
No, I want you to like, get a better
angle.
Oh man.
I keep thinking, is that me humming or is that somebody else?
No, that's I think probably Naomi.
What is it?
Oh, just a buzzing.
Just a little bit of a hum. I'm one of them kind of people that makes me just go, whoa, what's going on?
No, you're good. You're good. Don't even worry about it. See, now you got her tripping.
Oops. I didn't mean to make a trip, and I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me because I was like playing with my cords and stuff, trying to make sure, like, try to get it to go away. It's not me. It's fine.
Yeah, you're good. All good on your end, man. You sound good. But yeah, man. So, man, of course. Oh, okay. Now you're back. Welcome back. So to summarize this real quick, hold on. We got something special to wrap this part up right here. We got this man right here.
Oh, happy birthday! A couple days later, I said happy birthday to you the other day, but I'll say happy birthday.
No, I appreciate it. I've been celebrating. I've been celebrating my birthday this entire month, so it's all good.
Hey, when you get to be my age, you go, "Oh, I don't know what's a birthday. I don't want one."
Well, low key, I wasn't like super looking forward to this one. You know, I actually enjoyed my 20s. I like being in my 20s, but those times are over.
If it wasn't for my back hurting all the time, man, I'd still be fucking kicking it and enjoying it. But that's the one thing. All them times whenever I was younger and I used to do all the dumb stuff, getting down on my knees, lifting heavier shit than I should have by myself and all that stuff. And them old guys said, "You're going to regret that one day." And I was like, believe them when they say that. Because it will come back to haunt you. I didn't think I was going to live to be this old, but, you know.
Hey, every single day since I lost my leg, it's been a blessing ever since. So every day has just been a blessing. It's been a honestly, it's just been a bonus. That's the way I look at it. Like I wasn't supposed to make it past that.
Yeah, every day I wake up, I'm thankful to have another day, and I want to live to. Now I'm like, I want to live to be as old as I can, as long as nobody's got to take care of me all the time. That I'm live as long as I can. I had a great grandma live to be 100, and she, for the most part, took care of herself. You know, then my mom. I'm not too far from how old I was when my mom died. Then my grandma died 6 months later. Her mom, and I swear it was from a broken heart. She watched her daughter die, and she cried and said nobody should ever have to watch one of their kids die that way, because my mom had cancer and she withered away. It was terrible.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That is terrible.
And my older brother never got over it. He talks about it all the time, and I'm like, to me, you know how everybody copes differently. To me, I try to like shut it out, and I don't think about it.
I'm with you on that. I do the same shit. I do the same shit. When I'm coping with something like that, I shut it out.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that too.
But there are people that do the exact opposite, where they just can't. Like, every conversation is going to involve this now.
Yeah. They just dwell and dwell and dwell and dwell on it. And I just, the only thing I tell people when people pass away and they're real sad is I say, unfortunately, it's a part of life. It happens to everybody. It'll happen to me one day. And I'm not going to want you to dwell on it. And I'm sure they don't want you to dwell on it. They want you to be happy and live your life. That's what they want. So you want to do what they would have wanted you to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't, it's not something to be like, I understand like a little temporary grief, especially when a person first dies. It's like, oh my gosh, they're gone, and now I can't talk to them anymore, and their presence is missed, and you never really get over it. But it's not something that I never dwelled on any of that. I've lost a lot of people. I've hardly got anybody left anymore.
It sounds harsh when you say you shut it out. I'm thinking along that lines, like it's like yeah, I can see that. But for me, I think it's more like I accept it pretty quick. Like I accept it before it even happens. Like death is a part of life type thing. And so I'm able to just accept it and move on is more what I would say rather than shutting it out.
Yeah, like I say, everybody deals with it a little bit differently, but to me, it was always distraction. Block it out. Stay busy. Find things to do.
Stay busy.
Always keep your mind somewhere else, and just not really think about it. And after a while, it's second nature to me to not to think about it. Like some people, they tell me all the time, I'm going to go see my mom at her grave and this and that. Since my mom passed away, it's been over like 12 years, and I have never been to her grave since her funeral, the day of her funeral, because I do not believe that's where people are. That's where the shell is, but that's not where people are. Graveyards are for the living, not really for the dead. You know what I mean?
Right. That makes sense.
That's not where they are, and I don't believe that. So I don't. If I want to talk to my mom, I could say, "Hey, Mom, I love you right now," and just as much as doing it there.
Yeah. Well, I will. We've got a quote unquote family, I guess you could call it, cemetery, because there's generations and generations that are buried there. That's actually within walking distance of my house, and so every now and then, it's rare, but I mean, maybe once a year, I'll take off walking just because, and usually I'll walk there and I'll walk through the cemetery. But it's not really talking to anybody like you're talking about. It's more just kind of visiting, looking at the headstones, kind of remembering my bloodline and oh man, this was a great uncle. I remember it's just memories, right? Oh, I remember my great uncle or this person or, whatever the food my aunt would make or that sort of thing.
Just like memory lane.
Yeah, it's more for me than it is them, right? It's definitely not for them because they're not here to do anything. But it's kind of that. It brings me back to my roots type thing,
Here was just a thought that popped into my head. I told my family whenever I die, I want to be cremated because I don't want to be mummified. To me, that's basically what they do. They pump your blood out, pump formaldehyde. They basically mummify you. And put you in the ground, put you in it. Then, and in most places in Ohio, they can't bury you directly in the ground. They got to put you in one of them damn big cement things, whatnot. And I told my family when I'm dead and I'm cremated, I also don't want anybody keeping my ashes. To me, that's creepy. And they said, they said, well, I could turn you into a diamond. And here's my line of thinking: what if your soul somehow is attached to that? And they crush you in a diamond, and then you're stuck here like in a purgatory.
You're stuck in a crystal. At that point, you would be stuck in a crystal.
You're in the crystal.
Stuck in the crystal, dude.
Yeah.
And something I also thought was really cool. I just learned like a year ago, as that how they make for those of you that are in clubs or been in clubs, they make in memory of patches. And somebody said, you know what I want to do is I want to take some of my ashes and rub on the back of one of them in memory of patches and have it sewn on. And then I'm always riding with my brothers. And I said, dude, that is a fucking great idea. I said, I think I might do that too. You know, because that seems like that's just really awesome. I'd never heard anybody say anything like that before.
So I've got it, and I had to wait for my grandmother passed away before I could like officially do anything. But man, with her and the old Christian thing, like for whatever reason, like she was totally against cremation, and it's like first of all the cost, and then it's kind of like you're talking about too. Like I don't know what difference it makes if you believe in a God that can do anything. Like he can gather the dust from scattered in the wind and do what he's got to do, right? So I don't worry about that aspect of it at all. So my thing is going to be to get cremated, and if you know anything about shotgun shells, so in the shot column they use buffer, which is basically like a powder or dust, which is basically like cremated ashes anyway. So my happy ass going to be put in shotgun shells, and in two varieties, going to be put in like a bird shot and then in a buckshot. And so for the bird shot, for the wake, everybody's going to go out in the pasture, fling some sporting clays, and shoot the piss out of my shotgun shells because that would just be cool. And then the buckshot, everybody can take one of those home if they want to. And the cool thought for me is if they ever had to use that in self-defense, like somebody breaks in their house or something, how fucking awesome would that be? They use the shotgun shell with me inside of it, right, to put down the person that's trying to fuck with them. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I've often thought about, I don't really have a place that's so special to me, like that would be where I want my ashes to go. So I've thought a lot about it.
Yeah.
So, they got like where they can put you in fireworks and shoot off fireworks.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
Scatter you and I think that would be kind of cool. And then I thought, could have all the people in the club like line all their bikes up, put a little bit of ashes in their exhaust pipes, and then rev up their bikes and blow me out, into the wind. That would be really. Yeah. I could be really nasty if it's a windy day.
All right. Yeah. Have to just make sure you're pointed the right direction with the wind. That's all.
Downwind.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Mr. Charles Darwin, do you have your pants on?
Mate, it's too cold to wear pants. Actually, it is. No, it's all right. I was going to say something in the chat there because you guys were talking. I thought, I'll just keep back and relax. How are we, people? We all good?
Absolutely.
Doing great.
Chilling.
Howdy.
Awesome.
How are you?
Oh, I'm not too bad. Mike, all these people spend a lot of money to go along and pay me to go and do this for you. All right. This is the most important song you'll ever hear. Okay.
Serenade me.
Oh, dude, I have to. I absolutely have to. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
Nice.
I
Good
told you I'd
job.
do it, man.
He gets a double, DeMarco and shit.
I told you I'd do it.
You did do it. You did do it. You did all the sexy, the Santa baby sexiness right there. I like that little twist that you did there. That was great. We got William, by the way.
Australian accents. Australian accents are awesome.
They are great. Hold on real quick. Let me read this. William comes in with the $5 saying, happy birthday, Mike. Have a beer for me. I'm turning 21 on Thursday. Hell yeah, dude. Congratulations and happy birthday to you as well. Making it this far. And real quick, I got one more. I got Plumpy saying, for two, saying, taste the rainbow. Get yourself some Skittles. Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you for that, man. So, Charles.
Yes, mate. What's going on?
When we were talking about this whole thing with the kids and stuff like that, and my generation and younger, work ethic, job wise, all that kind of shit. Is that something that you've been able to see on your side of the planet as well?
Oh, dude, your generation is totally fucked. Like seriously. They're so weak and fucking useless. I'm telling you, dude. Like, if you hire a millennial / was it Gen Z, don't expect a whole lot out of them at all. All right. I've spent a lot of time in places doing jobs that no one wants to go and do, and young people these days, half the time they can't even tie their own fucking shoelaces. You know, if you turn around and say, "Oi, your shoelaces are untied," they're like, "Oh, I'm too soft and hard to go. I don't know how to go do my shoelaces. Where?" It's like, fuck off, idiot. Like literally. You know, and I genuinely feel sorry for like any employer who needs to go and hire new staff. Right? I'd much rather hire someone who fucking is older, knows what work is, knows that the job may be a bit rough at times, but you cannot fucking do anything with these clowns who go, "Oh, I'm so soft, I'm so weak, where, I don't know what to go and do about." Fuck off, you fucking morons. Like, go back to a fucking university, fucking sit in your fucking private little space, playing with puppies and fucking balloons and shit. They are incompetent, like totally incompetent. Now, there are some young people who have had a bit of a rough life. Okay, they were not indoctrinated through the school system, and they're pretty good. And you can see that, all right? You get fucking two people coming in going, "Okay, I'm going to go hire fucking one person." Here's this one guy who fucking went along and grew up fucking the hard way. Here's this other person who, you know, mummy and daddy fucking cuddled me way too much, and then I went to school system, then I went to university, la la la. You can see the difference between both of them, you know? Unfortunately, there's not many people who know how to go and do shit, all right?
Hey, you know the worst part of that?
Mm.
It's our generation's fault.
Yes,
the
you
Oh,
guys co-signed it.
That's exactly what I was
You
That's
fixing to
co-signed
say.
all of it.
Is
You
it is it the kid's fault or is it the parent? It
It's
partially, at
parents
least,
for
the parents.
laziness too.
Well, I think it's like our parents and grandparents. They used to do that where they would drop out of school in like 6th grade and go work in the coal mines, and they had it rough, and they didn't want their kids to have it rough, so they took it easy on their kids. And the same thing happened to us. We was like, "Oh, we don't want them to have it rough like we had it," you know. And after a few generations of that, you watered it down so bad, and what you don't realize is that struggle is what made that generation strong, and you removed that, so each generation gets a little weaker,
No,
and it's sad.
that's a fair point, man. I mean, the one thing that really gets me annoyed about this is I think the baby boomers had probably the best life in human history, okay? Fucking in World War II, every country on the planet was going, "Oh gosh, we need children, we need you to go and have families." And they did. And those kids got into the 60s and the 70s, fucking, you know, free sex, free liberation, here's the fucking pill, blah, 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 blah. And even going to university back in the day used to be fucking, well, here in Australia it was at least, it used to be free, okay? The the baby boomer generation fucking went through university for free. All we had to do was have the aptitude to go to university. Then they turned around and they fucking pulled up that ladder behind them and they said, "Okay, no, you have to go and pay if you want to go to university after we've just done that shit." All right. And pretty much everything since then has become totally and fucking retarded, like really, really bad. All right. They have some really bad ideas, they do some dumb shit, and now they're in their fucking 60s, 70s, possibly 80s, going, "Oh gosh, you know, where, oh fucking Trump and his tariffs, oh my fucking nest egg is being eroded by fucking tariffs." Well, fucking boo-hoo, fuck off and die. I get really annoyed about that sort of stuff. Young people these days don't have the same capacity to go and do what they did, all right? If you're 20 right now and you want to buy a house, good luck. All right. If you're in your 30s, again, good luck with that. You know,
No
I know
kidding.
people. Yeah, I know people in their 40s who have to go and have flatmates renting a fucking house. All right, they don't have the capital to be able to go along and have a family, let alone fucking buy a house. It's really bad, you know. So
I'm one of those. I'd still rent a house.
mm,
My credit sucks, man. I wasn't very intelligent with my credit, so I
oh
screwed myself in that department.
yeah, look, the thing about credit, right? It's one of those things that if you absolutely need to, all right, that's when you use it. Okay, um, but I know people where literally fucking people who have really good jobs, earning a lot of money, and on payday, after they've paid all the shit that they fucking pay into, like fucking buying Netflix and coffees and fucking lunch and this and that and all the rest of it, they literally have $5 in their pocket. They have no idea how money fucking works. It's
Yep.
insane,
Yep.
you know.
Yep. Financial aptitude. Financial aptitude is something that I've noticed with the younger generations is seriously lost. They do not understand, and it's I know with my own children, it hasn't come to the point, but it's like, look, if you want to get better, you're gonna have to turn your finances over to me for a little while, so that
Mm.
I can. And I don't want to do that, but like you're gonna have, and thankfully they pretty much straighten their shit up. But it's like, if you want to do better, you're gonna have to turn everything over to me, and it's gonna suck. But like, you're gonna have to give me control. That way, I can kind of show you by example and controlling things, like what you should be doing, right? And you're gonna be happier if you do that. But that's the other thing is most of them are the younger generations. You try to give them advice, you try to help them through that, or teach them this, that, and the other, and they don't want to hear what you have to fucking say. I get that. I've gotten that over and over with my kids and tons of younger generations where they're literally come and ask for your fucking advice, like, and then you tell them, and then they get mad at you, and it's like, look, you asked me, I'm trying to fucking help you. I could fucking care less.
Well, I think the problem is, right, back in the day, if you wanted like pocket money, you had to go and do shit, okay? If you wanted to go and get money at the end of the week, all right, you had to go and, I don't know, wash dishes and fucking vacuum and do whatever you had to go and do around the house to go and get that money at the end of the week. But parents these days, they don't do that. They don't teach their
Yeah.
kids, okay, this is where money comes from, okay? You have to go and do some graft to go along and get that cash.
Yep.
They just hand shit out to their kids, and their kids think, oh, money from it's like money falling from the sky, yay!
Mm-hmm.
And now you have adults who don't know how money works.
Yep.
All right, so
Yep.
if you have kids, literally teach them, I don't know, give them 20 cents for doing fucking washing dishes, give them 20 cents for fucking cleaning their room. Every fucking 20 cents, every 20 cent that they get at the end of the week turns into, I don't know, $5 or $10, whatever the fucking thing is. But you teach those kids what they have to do to get that money, and they appreciate the fact this is where the money came from. I had to go and do some stuff to get that money.
Yep.
But parents don't do that. They're just like, oh, here's some money. Okay, fuck off, go play, whatever.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, your parents will teach you money, but on a credit level. You know what I mean? Have you ever noticed that? It's never like building up. It's always kind of like how to handle credit. Like I was even subject to that. Now not just that though. My dad he's super into finances, and luckily he sat me down and still does to this day all the time with finances. He's like a guru with that shit. But when I was growing up, I want to ask the panel this. So when I was like 13, 14 years old or something like that, I actually got my first credit card. And that credit card had like a limit of like $500 or whatever. And
was that like a store card type thing? Not a credit card,
no,
like a store
it was a real credit card. Like I could use it on the
Holy
internet
shit.
if I wanted to. I mean, I could do anything I wanted
It
with
was
it.
from like a local bank or a state bank type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Right?
it was
Yeah,
like
yeah. I
some
remember
local
those.
bank. And
Yeah.
so, and of course, your parents can still monitor what you're spending. They can see everything. Anyways, I was given that like 13 years old. I don't know if I would want to give my 13-year-old kid a credit card either, but I do understand the mentality with it, with something so low. And actually, it did help me learn how to handle credit at a very young age. Now, I was actually interested, so I would sit down with my dad and ask questions and all that kind of shit, understanding interest and all these different things. But I think a lot of parents will do something of that magnitude, maybe when they're 17, 18 years old, but they never finish the conversation. They're only talking about the credit
17 or 18 is too late.
I would agree. I would
Way
agree
too
with
late.
that.
Yeah, my so one of the things, and I know this because I bought the Monopoly money. So I was having a conversation with my oldest daughter about the 3 grandbabies and chores and allowances and that sort of thing. And the thing that we come up with, this was advice that was actually taken, which sometimes happens. I'm like, hey, why don't we do this? I'll get online, I'll order a big stack of fucking Monopoly money, basically, right? And then you divvy out, like, because that's different. Like when we're talking about 12 and under, like, right, my grandbabies. So like they don't need a bunch of money because they're gonna lose it, and who knows. So I'm like, so she's like, okay, here's what I want. Here's what we do, is you have a list and it's on the refrigerator and it's a big long a la carte, like, put away, clean up your room, put away the things like, you know, brush your teeth, like all the little things. And there's like a monetary value, right? And it's a crazy monetary value just because of the Monopoly money, right? There's $500 bills and shit like that. So it's not accurate. But anyway, so that gets divvied out. Well, here's the thing. Anytime they need their clothes washed, it costs money. Anytime they want
Absolutely.
to watch a show on Netflix,
That's
it costs
smart.
money. Anytime that they are in a grocery store and they want like a special box of cereal or a special can of Chef Boyardee or whatever the fuck, it costs money, right?
That makes
And
sense.
so
I like that.
that's kind of the way that they handle things, and there's no actual money involved, but it's teaching the kids that, hey, you have to earn this, and then in order to do these things, it costs money. You have to spend money.
I think that's a really good idea to go and do, though, because, I mean, people don't really understand how money works, like, at all. And I was having a conversation with a boss of mine, and he was complaining about how he had no money on payday. And I was like, well, fuck, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I don't know. Fucking, I was like, well, okay, give me a rough idea of what you put money towards that you don't know about. And it turns out he had like, I think it was like fucking 7 or 8 different streaming services, like fucking Netflix and Disney and la 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 la.
Mhm.
And he fucking would buy fucking coffees in the morning. He'd buy fucking lunch at work, and he's complaining about not having any money whatsoever. Hello, and he's whinging and whining about not having money. I was like, dude, fucking cut all that shit out of your life. Like, you need to go along and work out where your money came from, because you had to go and sweat to get that money, and you don't understand where that money has disappeared to. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I pulled him up, and he was like sitting there going, oh shit, and I do this, and I do this, and I do this, and I do this. And everything he did cost him money. Hence why on payday, he had like $5 to his name.
Right. Hey, I gotta jump because I got some things I need to do. But happy birthday, Mikey.
Appreciate that,
And
Clover Tech. Thanks for coming
everybody
up.
else. Yeah, y'all continue to have fun, and we'll catch you later.
Absolutely,
Take care,
man.
Clover Tech.
Have a great one.
Have a good one, mate.
Real quick, I do want to say thank you to Get Some, by the way. He's dropped a 5 spot saying, happy birthday, homie. I'm 64. Make it this far. Absolutely, man. Hey, thank you sincerely for the patronage. Kind sir, I very much appreciate that.
Squeeze in here. We're gonna have a shot for Mike's birthday.
Oh, man. Now I need a shot.
If I could pass you one, I would.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just grab it down there from you. Why'd you give me a flashlight, dude? That doesn't work.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Hey, cheers. Yep, you wouldn't go and file the report. Yep. That's what happened, Steve. At least we passed the report. So, what you guys got planned for the rest of your weekend? That's what we'll close out on for today. What do you guys got planned for the rest of your weekend? Anything fun? Or just chilling?
I'm going to go work on the camper. I got a whole bunch of stuff I need to do to it. I mean, like,
Man, you've been nonstop with that thing since you bought it.
I bought that big lithium battery, and it turns out you got to pull out the electric panel and replace. You got to put a special lithium converter box in there, so I got to do that. Now I got to put mount the TV in there because whoever I bought sold it to the lot took their TV
right.
TV off the wall. So I got to mount a new TV, and I had to buy a big. It looks like you ever seen them diamond plated truck boxes? It's made out of diamond plate. It's a little box with the same kind of latches and stuff that I'm gonna put that battery in. The battery's so damn big, I couldn't find anything. It was $100 for a regular just a plastic battery box for a battery that big, or you could buy like a little truck box. That'll look way cooler, and if there's any extra room, I could stuff other things in there, ratchet straps or something, And I need a chance to what they call it, taking it for a dry run. Before any like event you're planning on going to, you're supposed to take it to a regular camp, just in case things go wrong. Test everything out, make sure everything was working right and stuff before the more important one or whatever. It's going to be rough, Mike.
It sounds like work.
I'm hauling the camper down to your place.
Bring it
for the 4th of July weekend, and then as soon as I come back on Sunday, that next weekend is Gettysburg Bike Week, and I got reservations to go haul the camper, and got a campsite over at Gettysburg. And I'm going to go meet Dr. Harley and hang out with him for the weekend.
That's going to be fun.
So should I bring lots of Fireball for your wife on the 4th?
She likes Peach Crown.
I love. We got lots of Peach Crown actually. We got a couple of cases of them.
That's her favorite. I like the Fireball though.
Man, I'm just glad you're not an alcoholic, man. Just super soaked, No alcoholic would be drinking that.
Right. Probably. And I still drink Bud Light, no matter how unpopular it might be.
Bud Light's cool, but only on the freaking Clamato ones. The Clamato Bud Lights, I like those. I actually got a couple right now.
It's gross.
I said this, despite the reputation Dylan Mulvaney gave it. It's malty, it's malty, not salty.
Ew, that guy is so gross.
That's a great way to go and destroy a brand, that dude. Like, that was just fucking wrong. I'm going to walk around in a dress going, wah, wah, wah. Fuck off, idiot. Yeah. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, he got a tampon sponsorship as well.
What the fuck is he going to go do with a tampon? Like, I'm not going to ask. I was going to ask a question. I'm not going to go and ask. Like,
yeah, I swear they just do it for clicks, man. Look how much money it's made them.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That thing needs to take a long walk off a short pier. Okay. Like,
cheers to Papa right here.
Mike's got one now, so we got to drink another one, so we could toast with Mike.
I'm out of vodka.
Naomi, did you leave one of your dresses there for Mike just in case drinking Bud
under the bed
makes him a bit weird?
Under the bed.
Oh, dude. Oh, no. No. Oh, please. Don't
I left some lingerie there for him.
There we go, Mike.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers. You know why I like these? Actually, low-key, fuck the name, honestly. What I like about them is I like Bloody Marys. This is as good as you're going to get from a Bloody Mary in a can type of thing. I like it. Tastes great.
That's got to be. I like Long Island iced tea, and you can buy it like in a premix, but it just ain't the same.
No, fuck them premix on especially with that, because listen, anyone that knows Long Island iced teas, it's like 5, 6 different actual alcohols combined, and
7,
a little
I think.
tiny, little splash of Coke on top, and a little bit of sweet and sour if you like it. I tell them hold the sweet and sour. Fuck the sweet and sour shit. Have you ever noticed anytime that there's like they add sweet and sour to any drink, they just ruin it because they overpour the sweet and sour.
If you get a really good Long Island iced tea, it tastes like iced tea, and you could barely tell it's got alcohol in it.
That's great. That's the proper mix.
Yeah, if you get a good one, it's you can tell it's a bad one if it makes you go ugh, right off the bat. But
No,
it's hard to find a place that makes a good one. Hey,
I've had two.
Is Foster's really Australian for beer?
It is, but they export it to us because we're idiots.
Yeah, Foster's is the most fucked up thing you will ever have to go and drink. You can't even buy it here in Australia at all. Like you go to a fucking bottle shop, you cannot find Foster's. Literally,
Weird.
it's an export beer. We send it to the rest of the world, going, haha, you poor bastards, because no one here will actually fucking drink that shit.
Only Americans are that stupid.
Pretty much. Like it's oh. But no, with the Long Island iced tea thing, man, I've had fucking 2 of those. It was my birthday. I bought a fucking schooner of beer, and someone bought me fucking one, and then someone else bought me another one. I had 2 Long Island iced teas and roughly half a schooner of beer, and I don't really remember the rest of the night.
I don't remember the rest of the night, but hey.
Yeah, like it was a good night. Apparently, fucking there was some blue lights and red lights, and fucking we had to run a few times, and yeah, woke up the next day, and I was like, fuck, what did we do last night? And everyone's like, oh, dude, don't ask. I was like, okay, fair enough, I won't.
Those used to be my favorite nights, the ones you can't remember. In my 20s, I used to wake up all the time and go outside and see if my car was here or not.
Yes.
And I'd go out and say, oh, my car's not here. And then I have to figure out who drove me home, where my car's at, and who I need to apologize to, because
you literally got to backtrack the entire night.
Every time I get that drunk, I know I pissed somebody off.
Absolutely.
Well, anybody that knows me knows I'd like to joke around with people, and I'll pick on people, but it's in good fun, you know what I mean? Like 2 friends, but some people that aren't your friends, sometimes they get really mad when you do that. Some people don't like that, and I used to do that all the time, even to the point of making people really mad at me.
Yeah, it's fun when you go and the next day you try and call someone up and they hang up the phone and it's like, shit, what did I do wrong? And then you have to go and ask someone, hey, why is this person not answering the phone? And like, oh, dude, do you not remember? And it's like, no. Oh, they are so pissed at you right now. Really? What did I do? And then they explain what happened. It's like, oh, shit. Now I understand why they're pissed off at me. Okay, fair enough.
I've done that, but that's something that I wrapped up real quick when I was, in my 20s, whatever, early 20s, mid 20s, because I didn't even start drinking until I was 23. So even on my 21st birthday, I had a near beer. Look at your camera freaking out on you. Oh, you did the second angle. You got me there for a second. I thought the AI took over.
Why does Mike sound like an old man here? He's like, oh, back in my 20s. Right.
Yeah, way back in my day.
Mike's back in my day. Mike's like me. Whenever I was younger, I always enjoyed hanging out with the older people.
Always.
I hardly ever hung out with kids my age. I always hung out with older people.
It's always been that way for me, even in elementary school, middle school, high school.
I love listening to all the old stories, old past experiences. And while the other kids were out running around playing football, I was listening to, the old people tell their stories. And I always found that more fun and interesting.
Well, me too. I think there's a bigger capacity to learn from people that are older than you. And I craved that as a kid. And that's probably why I did all right in the club scene. You know what I mean? Because I liked learning from the older heads. I would sit there and actually listen.
Mike's an old soul.
I try to be a little bit, you know what I mean? Try to be.
Oh, the Highlands.
Yeah, especially in the bars, Jason. I hear you on that, especially. Yeah. I mean, there are grown men, in their 40s that are children in the bars, But yeah, when it comes to drinking, I've always been like, even like last night, for instance, it was my birthday last night, and I was on the phone with Naomi, and I was like, yeah, I could probably, suck down another 2 or 3 drinks or whatever, and I'd be fine or whatever. But the truth is I have limitations on myself that I put on myself that, like I was telling you, like I kind of went balls all when I first started drinking. And then I realized, oh, I don't want to feel like this. So I just put a limitation on myself. I'm like, okay, well, I'll have X amount of drinks and X amount of beers or whatever per night if I'm going to do that. And I stick by it.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, like, as you get older, like, you realize that, okay, when you're in your teens and your early 20s, you drink a lot, okay, and then you end up puking your guts up. Next day, you've got like this massive fucking hangover, like, and as you get older, you go, you know what? I need this much alcohol over this amount of time to
Right.
go along, be happy, warm, fuzzy, and I don't do anything stupid. And tomorrow morning, I can get up and go to work. But I think a lot of people don't really understand that's how you have to go and deal with everything where, okay, this is what I do, this is how it's going to work. And tomorrow, I have no regrets about what I did the day before. Unfortunately, you got like these really old people where they still fucking go mental. They drink fucking like an entire bottle or something, and then they go and do something else, and then they go and get arrested by the police, and then they wake up in a fucking lockup going, shit, what happened yesterday? It's like, well, if you don't know, well, here's the charge sheet, fucking good luck.
Well,
So-
see, like what Hopper says, he says, I try that, but this guy that's drunk easy takes over and calls me a pussy, and then it's 16 beers and 2/5 later.
Yeah, nah.
Well, I
Look,
guess there's that side of the equation too.
I don't know. I mean, every so often, maybe if you need to go and cut loose, okay, fair enough. Just turn and go, okay, look, I had a bad week, bad shit happened, fuck it, I'm going to get absolutely wrecked.
Yep.
But
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but you don't want to go and do that every weekend. You don't want to go and do that every time that you go out with people, because eventually people turn and go, you know what, if we take this person out somewhere, they're going to become a problem. And
But see,
we don't
Charles,
want to fucking deal with that.
The way that I've dealt with that and the way that I still deal with that is you'll never see me drunk outside my house or like my place. You know what I mean? When we go out, yeah, I may have a drink or two, but that's it. I think that came from club life as well. And I still feel like I have this immense amount of responsibility for the people around me, not only just me, or let's say it is just me. Those random citizens residents there of that area, that's my responsibility. It's my responsibility to be sharp. And how can you be sharp if you're hammered? So I've always just stuck with that mentality. So I'll go out and I may have a drink or two with you, but then I'll get smashed here. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to have to deal about worrying about driving, who's are we using my car now that I've gotten lit and we're all the way down over here? How the fuck we getting home? You know what I mean?
No, that's fair, dude. I mean, look, honestly, it's a lot easier to go and, get smashed on your couch and then try and find where your bed is, And sometimes, look, I've had those days where I got smashed. I was on the couch, got smashed, and I was like, fuck, where's my bed? And I kind of crawled halfway down the hallway and I went, you know what, it's too hard, And I didn't have to worry about, paying a
Just like that, the alcohol
taxi
monster shows up.
Yeah.
Cheers to me up here. Yep. Ding.
Oh, hang on. Everyone take a drink.
Yeah,
come on.
Quick. I think he's, 3 shots in now?
4.
11. Oh, it's fantastic. 11:30 in the morning, doing it like a champ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're prepared for the
Who needs the rest of your day? It's all right. Fuck it.
No, right. Fuck it. You don't need the
It's
rest of your day.
It's
The rest of the
2:33
day
in the
is for
morning.
sleeping.
There's always tomorrow, hopefully.
Look, it's 2:33 in the morning here, and it's Sunday, so I have nothing better to go and do. So let's
See,
Hey,
it's
let's do
still
shots.
morning for them.
I always
Let's
thought
do
the best
shots.
2 accents were Australian, and I like the Scottish Irish accent and Australians. English people, I hate it. I can't even watch a fucking movie if it's made in England because I can't stand the way they talk. I can't. It drives me batshit. I can't even watch a movie made over there.
Well, the British accent is brutal. Australian's way better.
I like Australian and well, naturally I like the Southern, like that's United States. I mean, of other countries, the Irish accent, Irish Scottish accent,
Mhm.
and Australia are always my 2 favorites.
That's funny.
Accents.
Do I have an accent, Charles?
You?
Yeah, do I have an accent?
Except maybe a little bit of Asian accent where they go, "Me love you a long time."
Like does somebody try to fuck with me today? You
love you
have the
long
crystal gel
time.
nail? The crystal gel nail for the extra $4.99, honey.
No, look, I see where he's going with that. The only accent that I can't really fucking deal with is what's that fucking TV show? It's like I think they're these guys who hunt alligators in Alabama or something, and
The
it sounds like
Bayou people?
yeah, like the Waterboy type stuff where fucking it's like the it's like were those fucking words? I have no idea what you just said. That I cannot deal with. It's like no.
Charles, let me ask you
Yes,
a question about this. Cultural. So when you call someone a bogan, right?
Yes,
Is that
mate.
like your guys' version of a redneck in America?
Pretty much, yeah. Like
Okay.
a bogan's like, the sort of guy that you would expect to go and see in a fucking trailer park and doesn't really fucking have education in any way, shape or form. And they usually turn and go, yeah, cuz, like, I just went down to the welfare office because they cut me off again. I'm like, fucking, yeah, I just can't, these bastards, fucking, I just want me fucking, my paycheck so I can go and fucking, pay my dealer because fucking otherwise he's going to fucking chop my legs off. Like, fucking, yeah. That's a bogan. They're like really bad.
That's a bogan.
I'm on I'm on Smoko.
I'm on Smoko.
Yep, pretty much.
I'm on
Yep,
Smoko.
exactly.
Man, that is a great little clip. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna pull it up.
She plays that all the time, and it gets stuck in my head all day. Got to remember me telling you about that. I think Mike's gonna play it.
Yeah, no, I'm playing it right now. Fuck it. We're doing some Aussie humor right here. This is great. Listen, I'm always on Smoko.
That's a bogan right there.
That's a bogan right there.
See the haircut?
You see the haircut? Yo,
Yep.
Fredo. By the way, coming in with the $5, man, dropping it like it's hot, saying, yo, happy birthday, man. Here's to many more. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate you, brother Fredo. Good to see you, man, and hopefully you're enjoying your Saturday morning so far. Smoko, so leave me alone. So Smoko and Australian slang is like a small break. You know what I mean? Like you're at work and I'm going on a break. You know what I mean? They call it Smoko.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
So I'm always on Smoko.
I like my idea of it. I always thought Smoko was, a little Smoko.
Yeah. No, it actually had nothing to do. Well, kind of, I guess. You go out on your break and have a little smoke break. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm on Smoko. Like if you ever hear like the way they abbreviate shit or shorten things, they say like we're going to like for instance like aircon, air conditioning, AC, they call it aircon. They call when you're going to the petrol station. Oh, how do you guys what do you guys call your
servo,
Servo.
mate. There you go.
What?
Going to a servo.
Yeah, mate, I'm going to go down to Servo. I'm going to buy some fucking smokes, and then we're going to get fucked up.
And then
You
I'm
guys
going
are
on
weird.
Smoko again.
Yep.
I'm on Vapo.
I'm on Vapo. Leave me alone. I'm on Junko.
so leave me
Well,
alone.
well that's the weird thing, though, right? I mean, back in the day, people used to go and smoke cigarettes, right? That's what smoko came from. I don't know what people do these days because you can't fucking vape anywhere, and you can't say, "Oh, I'm on Coffo or coffee or whatever the
Right.
fuck it is." Like,
I'm
just
sucking on
walk
my
out.
douche flute.
Yeah.
Charles,
Yes.
say bag.
Say again.
Bag.
Bag. What's wrong with bag?
They will cut me off
He
already.
said it. He said it perfectly. But see,
So
you
did
haven't.
I.
No, you have a northern accent.
Mm-mm.
Like you don't have a like. I put shit in a bag. Like that's how I would say that.
Bag.
You.
Bag.
I'm gonna put it in a bag. BAIG. Big.
Is she in that? What's that movie with Fuck. What's his name? Oh, Christ! I'm trying to think of the name of the movie where they're in New Jersey or something. Fucking with Robin Williams, the kid that can actually go and do like all that weird mathematical type stuff.
Man, I've watched like 15
I have no
movies in
idea.
my entire life.
No. Oh, Mike. I gave you a list of movies to watch. All right.
Yes,
Start
you
with
did give
those.
me. You did, but
Crocodile Dundee, number one.
is that
No,
movie
no.
is that movie in the list though?
No.
Well,
no.
see?
That's
Well,
not
okay.
a knife. This is a
Well,
knife.
I'm
Nah.
sure he watched all the ones on the list already.
Have you watched them?
No.
Oh,
No.
Jesus Christ, dude. Aliens 2 Special Edition. That's
He's
number
not
one.
gonna watch them.
Oh, if he doesn't watch that first one, we can't be friends anymore, man.
It's
I'm
hard to
telling you,
get me
dude.
to do anything of like that kind of I'm just too much in my own world.
Unless it's Call of Duty, then you've got
Yeah,
Oh.
Call of Duty. I will fuck anyone up in Call of Duty, dude. I wish a motherfucker would try. I love when people try.
Yeah, we'll be on the phone and all of a sudden you hear, "Oh, I got a helicopter."
I got a helicopter. Got another helo. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. With some other choice words.
Noob.
Oh, Kieran, you wanker. Tropic Thunder, you. Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
Oh,
No.
wankers. You a wanker.
Motherfucking wanker.
You fucking wanker.
You're a
Fuck
wanker.
off.
Isn't a wanker like isn't that actually from like the Brits?
Oh, probably. I don't know. We
Well, you guys
co-opted it,
do
so-
love the British crown. I mean, we know that Australia
Oh, eat my
bows
dick.
down to the British
Eat
crown.
my dick. Jesus Christ.
Now, see, this is where the whole fallacy of like, is Australia like even real? Like, I know like the actual reason why people say that is because it's supposed to be like an undercover fucking British crown ordeal.
No, look, I mean, I'll put it this way, all right? Fucking when I fucking signed up with the army, okay,
Nice.
you have to go along and fucking do the whole oath of allegiance, words, allegiance type thing, all right?
You're the
Mhm.
alcohol demon.
And
I like her hardwire.
and it was literally like, okay, you have to go and fucking do the oath of allegiance to Australia and also to the monarch at the time, which was Queen Elizabeth. And if you're religious, then you would do a third part of it. I'm not religious, okay? And after Queen Elizabeth died, I was like, well, there's two things I don't need to fucking go and understand anymore. And I hate this new cunt. What's his name? Fucking King Charles. Like, piss off, you third-rate little shitbag. Fuck off and die. I hope he's
But
got
he wears
cancer.
pants. He
Mike's
wears
gonna kick
pants.
you off the show.
But he wears pants.
Well, of course he has to, because fucking otherwise fucking everyone will see how fucking small his balls were. Like, literally, he's an absolute fucking wanker. I look, back in the day, all right, when he was still married to fucking Princess Diana, okay, they were coming to Australia. And the school said, "Oh, we're going to go to the airport and we're going to go and watch them fucking go along and go wave and go yay." The bus took us to the airport. The airport said, "No, you can't fucking go and come in." So we had to go and stand outside of the airport in the fucking pissing fucking rain, waiting for
Why
a
would you
fucking plane.
go?
Oh, look, I was like fucking, I don't know, 7 or 8 years of age. So I
Oh,
had
okay.
no idea. Yeah, I didn't fucking sign up for it. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah. We all fucking stood there waving. A plane turned up. We couldn't see a damn thing. Then the bus turned up. We got on the bus, went back to school, and over the next 2-3 weeks, everyone got fucking sick, like really, really sick. Saw
Shit.
nothing. Yeah. And then a little bit later on, fucking Charles fucking divorces fucking Diana, or Diana divorces him, and then she fucking died.
Yeah, he killed her.
Yeah, pretty much. I have no fucking. That guy needs to fucking end himself. You know, him and his fucking horse-faced little fucking trollop that he was
Hey,
fucking.
leave horses out of this.
Oh. Okay. Him and his shit. Big-jawed, nut-cracking little fucking chin. I can't think of anything right here. Give me a moment. I'll get
She's
back
so
to you with it.
cute.
Yeah. Get back to
What
us,
the
hon.
what the fuck? Oh,
They're drunk
Naomi,
down there.
She's
Naomi,
so
why?
cute.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
She's the alcohol demon.
She was funny the other day. She was funny as hell the other day. Like on Sunday, on Sunday, Hardwire's time, Monday here, and he's like talking to her, and she's like, and it's like, oh, dude. I was like, man.
I said she wasn't allowed to come on the show no more because all she wants to do is feeding me shots, and poof, she just appeared. Like,
Well, it is, proven in 4K. We watched it. It's awesome. Keep doing it though. I co-sign it. I like that. Papa Penguin says Fireball Gremlin. I like that.
little fireball gremlin.
Yep, used it all. Got to go resort to the best of the best.
Or,
Just gotta have me some peach crown, huh?
Or is me and Black Dragon going to have to wrestle it out for the parking spot down there?
It's whoever needs electricity more.
I got a generator, but I just thought it'd be funny. You buy some boxing gloves.
Do you know I actually slept 2 or 3 nights in that RV. That thing is huge. He's got like a hotel on wheels.
Oh man,
he's got that whole the mega.
Ordeal. At what point is it not camping anymore though?
I know. Like at that point, you're just moving the house around.
Yeah, you're just following your house around.
It's called clamping.
Is that a Chihuahua?
Yeah, her one of 7 dogs.
7.
It's either a Chihuahua or it's a.
That's a lot of ankle biters.
Like wow,
they're not all little.
So I said that's a lot of ankle biters.
Mm-hmm.
I know one of my brothers got a whole bunch of little teacup Chihuahuas, and every time like we go to his house, it's like it looks like rats everywhere.
Stepping on
yes, it is. And I had a couple of Chihuahuas growing up. So
well, they think they're 10 foot tall. That's the thing.
That's her service dog right there.
I have to ask, how did Lucy respond to Naomi with all those dogs? Like,
I didn't bring the dogs.
No, but Lucy would have gone, what
with
the fuck?
Scent?
Oh, yeah. I can smell this, I can smell that.
Thank you. Off.
What? Like, yeah.
No, she even she was like going like, well, the damn cat's gonna hate me. And I'm like, well, just come on over.
No, I said I was gonna ignore her when I came in.
And ignore her, you know.
You'd shit if you seen how big Lucy is now. Lucy's getting big.
Let me see if
but now Lucy loves me.
She's on the couch right here. Hold on.
She's getting big.
Yeah, no, she's getting big, man. Like I was watching the other day, and I was
Lucy
like,
wanted to come home
damn.
with me.
No.
Holy
my
fuck,
buddy.
dude.
She's actually not that big in person. It's a lot of hair.
Mike used to be able to hold her in one hand.
That's what I remember. Like, you know, this tiny little thing running around like just a ninja, and holy
she
hell.
still does.
Yeah, she still does.
And then she's like, get away from me. Don't touch me.
Oh, I woke her up from a nap.
Yeah, now she's gonna give you hell for that.
Yep. But people were asking. Got to give the people what they want.
Mm-hmm. Waking my baby up. What the
Are
hell?
the fish getting big at your house? You catch anything
Yes.
here?
Yes. So my dad, you know, he goes out there and fishes it once every couple of days. And
I went with them.
He sends them to me all the fucking time of his like new catch that he got for the day or whatever. Let me see if I can. Here's one right here.
Right. Me and my old lady wanted to fish a little bit while we was down there, and I told her, I said, well, the resident licenses are expensive. And I went, wait, Mike's pond's a private pond. You don't have to have a license on a private pond.
Yeah, you don't need no.
No, I went fishing with his dad. I don't have a license.
Yeah, and in private ponds, you don't have to. It's just public.
Yep.
So when we come down, we can take our little fishy poles.
Yes, bring them. Make sure you pack them. But if you forget them, we got a few here, obviously.
I could throw her in, right?
She'd be good bait.
But yeah, no, the only thing we can go and get here is carp. All right, we've got these man-made lakes, and they are full of carp.
Well, carp is cool.
Carp is basically fucking goldfish.
Yeah, you know, goldfish are carp. Yeah.
They are carp.
And it's, if you want to go and eat them, then you need to go and take them alive, put them into a tank, let all the shit in their body fucking come out. Then you can eat them.
Damn.
All right,
Fuck that.
because they eat.
They're
like,
trash fish.
They are, exactly. You know, they're
Gross.
just disgusting. So
they eat garbage and stuff.
Yep.
I eat fish that they eat fish. You know what I mean? Clean ecosystem here.
I was watching something cool the other day about was it Chernobyl? Apparently there's a river where Chernobyl is where they've got these catfish, and these catfish are like a normal catfish is like, I don't know what, 3-4 feet in length. These things
That's huge.
these things are like fucking 12 feet in length. They're like massive.
Yeah, they're like river fucking monsters.
Yeah. Like, and I was like, holy hell! And I was like, can you eat those sorts of things? I was like, and I thought, actually, you know what? Fucking, if I was there and I needed to go and eat one, I'd probably die from radiation poisoning, because apparently they're not sure if it's the radiation that made them so big or the fact that everyone left, and that's how they got as big as they are. I was like,
probably a combination.
I like what Papa Penguin says. It's Australia. Guarantee you at least some of those carp are poisonous. No kidding. Everything over there is trying to fucking kill you over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and your drop bears and shit.
Look. If you don't, look. If you don't fuck with it,
Told you.
then
Look at
you
what
should be
she's doing
okay.
now.
Yeah, she's fucking around.
Yeah, no. We have stuff that if you fuck with it, you have a bad day. But if you leave it alone, you should be okay. If it tries to have a go at you, leave. Just leave.
What
It's
about
as
those
simple as that.
spiders that are huge?
Oh, what, the huntsmans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, fucking, I've got a couple of those for now at the moment. I'm not quite sure where they are, but, you know, they'll turn up.
Ew.
Look at her.
Mike, have you ever seen a huntsman spider?
No, I have not.
Look it up.
Oh, Google it up, dude. Google it.
You're gonna die. Google it.
She's just attacking the corner of that couch.
I know she is. It's because you woke her up.
Hey, stop attacking it.
Lucy,
leave it alone. Leave it alone.
That was an F-you look.
It was. All right, back to this. This one. Nope. Which one is it? This one. Yeah. So,
You should
Naomi,
Google
do you
that
have?
quick.
I'm going to.
Okay.
While I do that. You have anything planned for the weekend?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo. No.
I'm a weirdo.
Horses.
No. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being able to hang back and chill. Like, that's something that I tell people all the time. You shouldn't feel guilty for relaxing a bit and enjoying yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, the kids aren't here today. They're at my dad's, so.
There you go. There you go. What about
So
you,
just
Charles? You got
horses?
anything?
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, it's Sunday morning, so I'll probably just like chill out for a little bit and relax.
Hell yeah. Nothing wrong with that. And you said, sorry to cut you off, Naomi. You said that basically just horses for the weekend?
Oh, no, you're fine. I just have to finish deworming horses.
Gross.
What? You saw me doing it yesterday.
Yeah.
You ever
Shit's-
stick your arm up the fucking have to help them give birth and stick your arm up in there?
Yep.
Yeah, I fixed prolapses on cows and everything.
Yeah.
Ugh, what?
Mm.
Fucking
They got to stick their arm all the way up in there and help them. Yeah.
You gotta sew them up and shit.
holy! I have to
Castrate
ask,
things.
why do cows have prolapses? Like I'm okay. Please explain this one to me.
Why?
Yeah.
Mostly it's because they have a baby every year, and sometimes the baby's too big for their body. So they'll push so hard, they'll push their entire uterus out.
Oh,
Or their
damn.
butthole.
Brutal.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Ew.
Oh.
So I
Mike-
have seen this before. This
Yeah,
spider.
no, Mike, back chat.
Okay.
There's a link.
Let me grab it.
Oh no, he's got the worst photo, doesn't he?
No. It's just a video on YouTube. Like it's.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I have seen this. Wait, no, I have not seen this. All right, go. All right, one sec. I'm gonna bring this down. Share screen. This one.
Nope.
Ugh.
See
Burn
the
the house
PowerPoint?
down.
See the PowerPoint right next to it? Yep.
Jesus.
Flamethrower, burn the house down.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Look at that. Thing's huge. Yeah, that's fucked up.
No.
Some people don't like snakes. I don't like fucking spiders. Leave me alone.
Yes.
I hate spiders.
I live in
I don't
Australia,
mind snakes. Don't scare me at all. Some people fucking cringe at snakes, but the spiders I don't like.
I like
I mean-
snakes, but they have to be the slow moving ones, like pythons.
Right. If they're coming up like super fucking quick on you, like, yeah, I'm probably gonna fucking start running too. You know what I mean?
Spiders are all gross though.
Papa Penguin says was on deployment in Australia and walked into a spider web at face height at 2 a.m. I was dancing around, beating my face and shucking gear while trying to stay silent. Everyone thought I was. I went insane. Yeah, no kidding, dude. I would do the same shit on that.
Oh, he went through what do you call them? Is it the golden orb weaver? These things make these webs, right? And I mean, these webs are fucking massive between trees. Okay, there's a tree right over there. There's a tree right over there. These things make a web between the trees. All right, and when you're running through the bush and something smacks you in the face and you can feel the web, you're hoping like hell that the web, the spider's on the other side of the web. Because I've done that same thing, man. I know exactly what he's talking about there.
So I looked up Australia's version of the Black Widow because Kieran is talking about it. Because the Black Widow here in the States, they're not very big. But they don't really show anything where I could see the kind of the size. They just have like close up shots of it. So
Yeah, give me a look, dude. Wait, one.
It's got to be the redback spider, right?
Yep, that's it.
Let's see.
All right.
Yeah, but they're smaller, which is good. Yeah, I was just looking. Funnel web spider is what Karen was saying.
Oh,
Walk
yeah.
into spider web, turn you into a ninja, just like that. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, no. If you go near a funnel web, you are pretty much fucked. These things will bite through sneakers. Okay, like they've got these massive things. Literally, they will bite through your fucking shoes, and you will die. The male is. Yeah, the male is more venomous than the female. The female just sits in a fucking hole somewhere, and most people get bitten because fucking they come across a male who's trying to find a female somewhere. And yeah, their venom is really, really fucking bad. And if you don't get hospital treatment within, I think it's about 90 minutes, yeah, you die. All right. So
great. Sounds like everything is just super safe over there in Australia. Papa Penguin says everything in Australia is big, poisonous, and mean as shit. My theory is that's why Aussies have such wild attitudes. Well,
Probably.
I mean, when everything's trying to kill you, you kind of become numb to other situations.
I don't understand who decided, found this place where everything wants to kill you, and they're like, you know what? We should settle here.
Yeah, well, ask the British Crown about that.
Yeah. Well, see, back in the day, right? Fucking in the UK, they had a bit of a crime epidemic. All right, it was so bad that they filled all the prisons up.
Yep.
And there was so many people who were being arrested and being sent to prison. They actually had like these prison barges full of people, and they thought, you know what, we need to get rid of these fucking people. So they just went, yeah, screw it, let's send them fucking down to Australia. And they did. The first fleet was basically fucking a fleet of convicts getting the fuck away from the UK.
Right. Now this is just a prison island.
Yep. Well, and it's like, oh, cool. Look, they've got fucking sunny beaches. The weather's pretty nice. Awesome.
Right.
Cool. And then, yeah, fucking everything tried to eat them, bite them, or kill them. And it's like, well, okay. Over time, those people fucking had families and their kids went, yep. And it's like, oh, is this just normal? Okay, fair enough. What, is that thing trying to fucking bite my leg off? Oh, whatever, That's how Australians get their fucking thing. It's like, oh well, it's trying to fucking kill me. Wow, go away,
I like
Hello,
that.
pussycat. Hello, pussycat.
Yep, exactly, Papa Penguin. Britain exporting their criminals pretty much sums up their historical foreign policy. Yeah, no kidding on that. No kidding on that. Well, guys, I can't thank you both enough. Well, all three of you guys for coming up, and the other people that were up here as well, CloverTack and Carney as well. Listen, majority of these people are content creators too, like Hardwire, CloverTack, Carney. Those guys. Make sure you guys go follow their channels. Of course, that's what they do. Charles, you don't have a channel, right? And
no, mate, no.
Naomi doesn't either. So, but yeah, man, I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out today and enjoying the beautiful Saturday morning with me. But it has been 2 hours. We're going to go ahead and do a closeout. And listen, I can't thank you guys enough, of course. And hopefully we'll see you guys Monday morning, because we continue on with the world's madness, as always. But any final last words from the panel?
We'll go in the Discord over the weekend. We'll be in there.
Yes, we are going to be in the Discord. So make sure, Naomi, real quick, when you get off, to leave the link for the Discord in the chat. Okay. And for anyone that's not in there, they can click on it.
I'm going to actually jump down and do that really quick then.
Okay. Sure. All right.
Bye.
See ya. All right. So listen, man, Hardwire, you and your lady, appreciate you both for coming on and drinking some with me. You know what I mean? Cheers to you on that. I didn't get any shots though, so that's going to be later on.
Happy 30th.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Big 3-0 time, man. Well, you guys, hopefully you both enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you guys here on Monday.
Yep. Have a good day, Mike.
You, sir. You too. We'll see you. Charles, My man. Thank
Right.
you for coming up here and serenading us with your beautiful, lavish voice. It was great.
Look, it had to be done. It had to be done.
It did.
Just wait till fucking Easter, dude. I'm working on a new thing for you.
Hell yeah.
And come Christmas. Oh yeah. Yep.
That's what's up, man. Well, thank you for coming on and hanging out with us nonetheless. Even though your freaking membership expired.
Oh, dude, I was
Like
so pissed
what
about
happened? And then
that.
you had to redo it or something like that?
Yeah. Like literally, I was there in chat, and all of a sudden, I tried to put something in chat, and it was like I couldn't fucking type anything. And I had to go and redo my membership. I was like, "Fuck you, YouTube, you assholes! This is the worst possible time." Like,
That's what
it's
SNS
all good.
SNS right here, he thought that his membership was going to expire midway through this stream too. So he told me that like 2 days ago. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, you think it's going to be that close? And look, it happened to you.
Oh, dude, yeah, not happy.
Yeah.
But look, I will say this, like, be good. And if you can't be good, just don't get caught. All right,
Yeah,
people?
be good at it if you're not going to be,
Well, just don't get caught, otherwise.
That's right. Yeah. All right, sir.
Take care, mate.
You too. We'll see you on the flip side. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for hanging out with us, our degenerative ways, and having a good-ass time with the Breakfast Club, man. That's what we do around these parts. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out. Doesn't matter if you guys did it in the beginning, the end. Doesn't matter, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the, doesn't matter if it's at the end or if it's at the beginning. Doesn't matter. We got it done. A little side note, make sure you guys follow my Instagram right here at BallValveTV, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my lifestyle, but of the show, as well as Millennial Food Time. Listen, man, this is a great way to get in contact with me, as well as the Discord that Naomi just put into the chat. So make sure that you guys go hit that up, because we're all in there. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, much love, honor, respect. We'll see you guys not tomorrow, because tomorrow is, of course, Sunday. It's my one day off, man. I make sure I have one day off the net. And then we'll be back for Monday morning for more of the world's madness and continuing on with the craziness of the world, man. With that being said, much love. God bless. See you guys very soon. Enjoy your weekend.
From the depths of darkness, a voice